Okay, hello everyone. So, I'm doing my project on the physics of skiing. I chose skiing because I've been skiing for a very long time, since I was in like 5th grade, and I actually work at Montage in the winter and I love it. So, that's why I chose skiing. And I would use clips of myself skiing, but obviously it's not winter, so I'm using clips from the internet. But anyways, here we go. So I want to point out the forces acting on a skier when they're going down a slope. So obviously we have the force of gravity going down, we have the normal force going up, and then behind them we have friction. So I want to talk a little bit more in depth about friction of the skier. So the friction comes from thermal energy that results from the skis and the snow rubbing together. What the thermal energy is the heat that gets produced from that rubbing. And actually, the more friction there is, the more thermal energy or heat that gets generated, which means less speed. So if there's more friction, the skier is going to go slower down the slope. What a lot of skiers do to minimize the friction is they put wax on the bottom of their skis, and this wax creates, like I said, less friction, so there's going to be less thermal energy or heat generated, which overall makes them go faster. So another thing I wanted to talk about is wind resistance. So wind resistance in skiing is when the wind is pushing back on the skier and it results in them going down slower. So this is also called drag, and they reduce drag by performing a tuck, which it's basically just putting your chin down and your butt up. So the goal of this tuck is to let the wind cut around them so they can reduce the resistance. So I'm gonna show a video on how to do the tuck stance.
Hi, I'm Jazz, and I've noticed that a few young skiers have trouble with their race tucks, so I decided to make a video to inform you all on how to use the correct technique. I'll give you a few examples on my head slalom skis. Especially during racing, you will want to come into your tuck nice and fast. For your stance, your legs should be shoulder width apart and your body weight leaning forwards. Remember to always keep your eyes looking straight ahead and your arms strong in front of you.
So yeah, that is the tuck. And basically, if you keep a tight tuck while you ski, it's gonna minimize friction for you and make you go faster. So alright, and the last thing I want to talk about is why your skis might slide. They might slide because the thin layer of snow underneath the ski is melting from your kinetic energy, transforming into thermal energy or heat via friction. So that heat softens the snow and creates a layer of water, which that's gonna reduce friction much more than you want and cause you to slide. The more pressure you put on your skis, the more pressure it's gonna put on the snow underneath, which the more pressure, the more likely the snow's gonna melt. Even if you don't apply a lot of pressure, in some cases, like if you're skiing in powder, it's gonna melt very easily. So you want to ski when the conditions are right and when you feel safe. So if you don't trust yourself not to stop sliding, then don't ski when it's powder and try not to apply a lot of pressure to your skis. Okay, so that's all the physics behind skiing that I'm going to be describing. Obviously, there's a lot more that I didn't touch on, but there's just a few simple concepts. Thank you for watching.